As the engine roared to life, I couldn't shake the unease that had settled in the pit of my stomach. My friends and I had planned this late-night road trip to celebrate our last year of college, but something about driving at night seemed ominous. Still, I brushed it off as mere nerves and tried to focus on the excitement ahead. The darkness wrapped around us like a suffocating shroud as we cruised down the empty highways. The occasional flicker of a street lamp barely pierced the inky blackness, leaving us to rely on our headlights and the eerie glow of the moon. Uneasy, I glanced at my friends, who were laughing and chatting, oblivious to the unsettling sensation that clung to me. After hours of driving, we found ourselves in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by dense woods on either side of the narrow road. The silence was deafening, broken only by the faint sound of crickets chirping. I couldn't help but feel like we were being watched, as if unseen eyes were peering at us from the shadows. As we continued our journey, the atmosphere grew increasingly tense. The GPS signal vanished, leaving us directionless, and the car's radio picked up nothing but static. We decided to keep driving in hopes of finding a signal or a town, but the road seemed to stretch on endlessly, as if leading us into an abyss. A sudden chill filled the air, and I saw fog rolling in from the forest, enveloping the road like a spectral mist. The fog grew thicker, making it nearly impossible to see more than a few feet ahead. I reduced the speed, fearing an accident in the impenetrable haze. Suddenly, a figure emerged from the fog, causing me to slam on the brakes. A woman, dressed in tattered white garments, stood in the middle of the road, her face obscured by darkness. My heart pounded as I tried to comprehend what I was seeing. Was she real, or was she a product of my imagination playing tricks on me? My friends gasped in shock, and I hesitantly rolled down the window to ask if she needed help. Before I could speak, she let out an eerie, otherworldly scream that sent shivers down my spine. Without warning, she vanished back into the mist, leaving us bewildered and terrified. Shaken, we decided to turn back and find another route, but the fog had thickened so much that we couldn't see the way we came from. Panic set in as we realized we were lost in this eerie landscape with no clear path back. As we continued driving, the road twisted and turned in unnatural ways, leading us deeper into the heart of the haunting woods. Our headlights flickered, and the car sputtered as if struggling against an invisible force. I desperately tried to regain control, but the car seemed to have a mind of its own. Then, we heard it, a haunting melody drifting through the air. It was faint, almost ethereal, but its melancholic tune filled us with dread. The music seemed to come from all directions, disorienting us further. I couldn't shake the feeling that it was drawing us closer to something sinister. In the distance, we spotted an old, dilapidated mansion, bathed in an eerie blue light. Against our better judgment, we decided to investigate, hoping it would lead us to answers or help. As we approached, the haunting melody intensified, reverberating through our souls. Inside the mansion, the air felt heavy, and the silence was deafening. Cobwebs adorned every corner, and the walls seemed to whisper ancient secrets. With trembling hands, we explored the dimly lit rooms, each step feeling like a descent into madness. In the heart of the mansion, we discovered a worn-out photo album, its pages filled with pictures of the woman we had seen on the road. The album told a chilling tale of her tragic fate, a tale of betrayal, revenge, and a restless spirit doomed to roam these haunted highways. As we read, the air grew colder and the melody grew louder, now a cacophony of despair and anguish. Shadows danced on the walls, and the apparition of the woman materialized before us, her eyes filled with sorrow and rage. We were trapped, caught in the clutches of a malevolent spirit seeking revenge for her untimely demise. The mansion became a labyrinth, with no way out. Panic consumed us as the ghostly presence drew closer, her spectral figure inching toward us with every passing moment. In a desperate attempt to escape, we retraced our steps, but the mansion seemed to rearrange itself, trapping us in an endless loop. The haunting melody echoed in our minds, driving us to the brink of insanity. Hours turned to days as we wandered those cursed halls, haunted by the vengeful spirit. Hunger and exhaustion gnawed at us, and our sanity began to slip away. We knew there was no escape, no hope of survival. We were prisoners in this macabre nightmare, forever lost in the darkness. And so, my friends, heed my warning. Never venture out on the haunted highways at night, for you may find yourself entangled in the malevolent grip